Today, something impossible just happened in space. An interstellar object split perfectly in two, and now one half is sending signals toward Earth. Scientists say this may be the most unsettling discovery in human history. What follows could change everything we think we know about the universe, because this object isn't behaving like a comet, asteroid, or anything natural. It's moving with intention, like something alive. Stay until the end, because what happens next will make you question whether we are truly alone. Today, something happened in space that defies every principle of physics we thought we understood. An object from outside our solar system, 3I Atlas, split itself perfectly in half. One fragment vanished as if erased from existence. The other began transmitting signals across the darkness straight toward Earth. And what follows is not speculation, not rumor, but data confirmed independently across 3 continents. This may be the most unsettling discovery in modern astrophysics. For decades, Atlas was considered an interstellar wanderer. Anomaly, yes, but still categorized as a comet-like body. Its orbit was stable, predictable, and obedient to gravity. At least, until it wasn't. 11 hours before the split, every global observatory tracking Atlas reported something impossible. Without warning, its velocity increased, not gradually, not through outgassing or solar pressure, but in a sharp, measurable burst. The further it traveled from the sun, the faster it accelerated, violating every model we have for celestial mechanics. Normally, when a comet escapes the sun's influence, it slows. But Atlas acted like it was being pulled, no, guided, by something internal. Multiple simulations evaluated influences from Jupiter, magnetic fields, solar wind, even hypothetical internal vents. All models collapsed. No natural force accounted for the phenomenon. That's when the scientific community confronted a terrifying possibility. Atlas might not be a natural object at all, but the strangeness didn't end there. 36 hours before the separation, observatories detected a series of energy pulses emitting from deep within its core. These weren't random solar reflections or cosmic radiation bursts. These were precise pulses, each one spaced exactly 11 minutes apart, calculated to the nanosecond. Even neutron stars, the most stable natural clocks in the universe, show microscopic rotational variations. But Atlas didn't. Its signal was perfect, too perfect. When researchers plotted the waveform, they found mathematical ratios identical to prime sequences. The same type of pattern messaging humanity once sent into deep space through Voyager. The scientific community split into 2 camps. One insisted that Atlas was demonstrating a new physical phenomenon. The other argued that no natural process could maintain such flawless timing. The pulses behaved like engineered communication. 18 hours before the split, Atlas changed shape. At first, the distortion was subtle, a shift in its reflective contour, a slight elongation, but within just 2 hours, the transformation became undeniable. Atlas morphed from a spherical object into a symmetrical, cylindrical form, smooth, seamless, and disturbingly deliberate. No known material, ice, rock, metal, could physically stretch and reshape itself at that speed without fracturing. Yet Atlas remained perfectly intact, and then, suddenly, the 11-minute pulses stopped. Total silence. No emissions, no radiation, no energy signatures. It was as if the object had powered down or switched modes. The quiet left the control rooms around the world in a state of confusion and dread, because nobody realized that this silence was a countdown. Exactly 11 hours later, the unthinkable occurred. Atlas split in 2, not through explosion, not through mechanical stress, but along a single razor-straight plane, as if following a pre-programmed line. Each half was identical in size and shape, drifting apart with almost ceremonial grace. Scientists labeled them Object A and Object B. At first, both fragments maintained stable, parallel trajectories. Then Object B broke the pattern. Without any warning, it executed a perfect right-angle turn, something that no natural object can do in the vacuum of space. No deceleration, no curvature, just instantaneous directional change, as if guided by a force unconstrained by inertia. Moments later, Object B accelerated past every detectable limit and disappeared, not behind a planet, not beyond optical range. It vanished. Every telescope, optical, infrared, radio lost track of it simultaneously. Even military satellites capable of detecting heat signatures too faint for civilian systems recorded nothing. It was as if the fragment had slipped out of existence or hidden itself deliberately. 4 hours later, a new anomaly emerged, Object A. The remaining half began emitting a faint radio hum. At first, it resembled background noise, but once the signal was cleaned, its structure became clear. It was communication. The tones rose and fell with the same mathematical precision as the earlier pulses, but with a new pattern. A summons. The signal was aimed directly at the coordinates where Object B had disappeared, and then, abruptly, Object A went silent again. Minutes later, deep space monitors detected a gravitational ripple, small but unmistakable, from a new location nearly 2 astronomical units closer to Earth. Whatever Object B had done wherever it had gone, it was now returning, and it was moving fast. Over the next few hours, both halves began to show behavior no celestial object should ever demonstrate. Object A, still near Mars, started rotating with slow, controlled precision. Object B, now detected near Jupiter, mirrored the movement exactly. Every tilt, every shift, every degree of rotation matched perfectly, as if the two fragments were syncing to form a larger system. Then came the first terrestrial effects. Earth's magnetic field recorded subtle fluctuations. GPS accuracy wavered. Bird migration patterns shifted mid-flight. These anomalies lasted seconds, but they were measurable, global, and synchronized precisely with changes in Atlas's rotation. The connection between the two halves was not symbolic. It was physical. Next came the most disturbing signal. At exactly 300 hours, UTC, after hours of stillness, Object B erupted with an enormous burst of electromagnetic radiation. The pulses ranged from gamma rays to microwave frequencies, arranged in complex, repeating structures resembling blueprints or diagrams. These signals weren't being broadcast into space. They were directed straight toward Earth moments later. Several satellites malfunctioned simultaneously, each failing at the exact moment the pulses hit Earth's upper atmosphere. What looked like coincidence at first quickly revealed a chilling pattern. Atlas wasn't just sending information, it was activating something. Astronomers who managed to keep their feeds live captured one final image before access was restricted worldwide. Object A, still in its original position, began to glow. A deep internal light flickered beneath its surface, beating in perfect rhythm with the transmissions from Object B2 halves, one sending, one receiving, both awakening. Over the last 12 hours, their rotational axes have aligned precisely toward the orbit of Earth. And according to internal leaks from multiple agencies, the two fragments are generating a shared electromagnetic field, something massive, structured, and intentional. As the alignment tightens, one question echoes across every observatory and classified agency. What happens when the two halves finally connect? Because whatever Atlas is, it's not done yet. If what we witness today is real, then humanity may be facing its first encounter with something far beyond our understanding. The two halves of Atlas are aligning, signaling, and preparing for something we can't yet define. But one thing is clear: this is only the beginning. If you want to follow every update, every clue, and every discovery, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps keep this investigation alive. Tell me in the comments what you think is coming next.